What's going on, guys? It's Loaded Clips and welcome back to the channel for another video. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And today I'm going to be doing a video that's been requested by quite a few of you guys. I'm going to be going over my belt setup for when I go to the range and train and stuff like that. I'm going to go over pretty much everything I have on it, why I have on it, what products and where I got, each thing here. So hopefully kind of give you guys a little bit of insight and just a little bit more information as to what my belt setup looks like and what you maybe should look for if you're trying to get a belt for yourself for the range. Yeah, just kind of go over that general stuff right there. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into that. But of course, if you guys are watching and you are new to the channel, or if you're returning to the channel, I would appreciate you guys if you just left a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help me out, helps the channel grow, helps more people see the videos. It's getting harder and harder to make gun/2A related content on YouTube, so any support you guys can give is appreciated. It's free and it would make a big difference for me. So leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below with all your feedback, and let's jump right in. All right, so for starters, the belt I'm going over with is kind of a two-part system. So I'm going to show you guys the first part. Now, just to kind of, I guess, spoiler alert, 90% of this setup I got from T-Rex Arms. It's kind of all one system here, and then there's some extra stuff added to kind of accessorize. But most of this stuff is going to be for T-Rex Arms. I'm going to go through each of it individually. But for starters, I have just this right here. So the belt comes in actually two belts. So there's an inner belt and an outer belt. This is the T-Rex Arms, I believe it's the Speed belt. This is the inner belt right here. And this is nothing, fancy by any means. It's just a simple Velcro strap belt. You just kind of thread it in there and then it just straps on like that. You can wear this by itself just kind of as like a daily EDC belt. It is pretty rigid and pretty firm. And I do wear this pretty frequently just by itself for when I'm just regular daily carrying. And it works well. It's very lightweight, not too thick or rigid. Some belts could be like overly rigid. And it could possibly get a little bit uncomfortable depending on what you're carrying. But I feel like this is a perfect balance and it works well for me. So like I said, the T-Rex Arms Speed belt, this is the inner belt right here. So to go along with that, this is the outer belt right here. It's the T-Rex Arms outer belt right here. As you can see, I have quite a few things on there. Now this one is definitely going to be more heavy duty and is designed to strap on top of the belt right here. So it just Velcros on just like that. And so you could be just wearing the inner belt, which is what I do most of the time. I'm wearing this, then I get to the range. I just come in, just strap this on like that. It Velcros to the belt, to the inner belt, and then just buckle it, and then that's basically it. Now, as far as what I have on the belt, it's quite a few things. I'm gonna go through those and kind of explain why. Now the first thing, I guess I'll start from this side. So the first thing you'll notice here is I have 3 pistol mag carriers. Now these are from T-Rex Arms as well. I forget the exact name of them. I'll put them on the screen if I can remember. But these are just regular pistol mag carriers from T-Rex Arms. I have 3 of them here, and then I have an AR mag carrier. This could be used for a AK or a 7.62 mag. I just typically don't use it for that because I don't really shoot AKs that often. So an AR mag can fit right here for a spare magazine on your belt. And I have them right here because it's just kind of the quickest access for me. So when I'm at the range, I just have my magazines at the ready right by my left hand. I can easily kind of reach and just grab and reload, and it works well for me based on the position Once you get your own belt, you'll kind of play with the positioning and stuff like that, and you just do what's comfortable for you. So this is how I ended up, and that is pretty much that for that. Now, a lot of belts you'll see will kind of have like a MOLLE system. If you're not familiar with what MOLLE is basically just kind of like a system that's developed to kind of create your own setup or build it. It's very modular. So a lot of backpacks have MOLLE straps on them, a lot of plate carriers and belts, because a lot of accessories like chest rigs or pouches or mag carriers are sold individually, and so there needs to be some type of universal system so that they can all kind of connect to each other. So that's kind of a base level explanation as to what MOLLE is if you're not familiar. Now this belt does not use a MOLLE system. The mag carriers do use MOLLE on the back of them. However, the belt is technically not. It can work with it though, which is kind of what I've done here, and it's how they kind of market it on their website. Is you have these little Kiwi, I think they call it Kiwi straps here, to basically hook them inside the Velcro straps so that they kind of stay on here pretty securely. It's not as secure as if you were to put them directly like on a MOLLE belt, but it works just fine, and I'm happy with it for what I use it for. Like I said, I'm not in law enforcement or military. If I was, I probably wouldn't do this. But for someone who is just training at the range or just wants to have a battle belt kind of at the ready, I think this is fine. But that is something you probably do want to consider, depending on what you need it for. So moving on from that, I have at the back here, this is from T-Rex Arms as well. This is basically just like a dump pouch. These are very useful because while you're at the range and you're shooting and you're marking targets and covering up targets, it's very handy to just have a little pouch you can just kind of dump stuff in. So I keep like my roll of tape here to cover up my shots when I'm shooting targets. I keep my phone in here because it's kind of hard to keep my phone in my pocket while I'm shooting with my belt. So sometimes I'll just dump my phone in here. I'll keep it like a Sharpie in here, or really whatever else, spare rounds that, maybe come flying out or anything like that. I'll throw in here. So it's very, very helpful to have a dump pouch while you're at the range on your belt. A lot of people don't really think about that when they go in shooting. They're just thinking about like shooting accessories like, mag carriers for obvious reasons. But having a dump pouch is very useful and has saved me like a lot of walking and a lot of hassle and trying to figure out where to put stuff. So highly recommend getting a dump pouch on your belt. Highly recommend. All right, next up we have our holster setup. So now this one is kind of a multi-part thing right here. And this I did not get from T-Rex Arms. So I guess I'll kind of start in reverse order here. So let me take this out. So right here is the Safariland drop leg QLS mount right here. And this is the QLS fork receiver plate right here. So these two are sold separately, but they go together. So there's different sizes for this drop leg mount as well. There's the standard, then there's the medium, then there's a long. I'm pretty tall, have pretty long arms, so I went with the longest size because it's obviously more comfortable for me. And then the QLS fork receiver plate will mount directly onto that. Now, the purpose of this receiver plate is so that you can have multiple holsters with for multiple different guns without having to take this whole thing off, put a whole new holster system on, and such like that. So this holster I have here is a holster. This holster is from a company called Slim Fit Holsters. And on the back, you'll see there's this little fork thing right here. It's called the QLS fork. And this just basically attaches into the receiver plate, and then bam, your holster goes there. So this is holster for my Echelon, so just put it in there like that, and then I can take it out completely. And if I have another holster for another gun, I can just slide that in there. Don't have to do anything fancy. Don't have to take off the whole mount and put a whole new different holster system on there. Just makes it very easy if you shoot different guns to do that. Again, not mandatory. I could attach this holster directly to this drop leg mount and it would still work just fine. I just wouldn't be able to take it off as easily. It'd be a lot of extra steps and I'd have to unscrew stuff and all that, so I'd rather not do that, but I can do without it. It's not a requirement. So yeah, that's really handy, and this, in my opinion, is kind of necessary. I have a thigh strap connected to the holster, because if you have a drop leg holster like this along with the holster, that if you don't have a thigh strap, you are going to find you're going to have a hard time actually drawing the gun, because the gun is going to kind of move side to side a lot. It's not going to stay in place, and so you're going to try and draw, and you're going to just go like that, and you're going to get all funny draws. It's not going to come out clean. Sometimes it won't come out at all because the angle is out and you're pulling the wrong direction. So a thigh strap is definitely a must. They're very cheap, so I don't really see a reason not to get one. This one was only like 12 bucks or something like that. And it's just like, it's simple. It just straps around your leg, you buckle it in, and it just keeps that holster from moving a lot so that you can just get a clean draw every time. And that's pretty much it for my belt setup. So just to show you guys again, this is what it looks like all, it's kind of heavy, let me take that out. This is what it looks like all spread out like that. And again, everybody's belt setup is not going to be exactly the same, so don't think you have to do it exactly like this. Do what's comfortable to you, and you know, just do what you think is best for you. This is just to kind of provide a general guideline as to some of the things you could put on there, why you would want to put them on there, and you know, some general recommendations. So that's going to wrap it up for this one. Appreciate you guys for watching. Once again, any support you guys give is much appreciated. Leaving a like on the video, subscribing to the channel, and leave a comment down below. You know, definitely let me know, you know, if you guys have your own belt setup, what are you running on your belt? Where did you get it? And what are some recommendations that you may have for people watching this video, or for myself? You know, there may be something that I might want to prefer as opposed to what I'm doing right now. So definitely let me know all that down in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching once again. Y'all stay safe, be smart, be blessed, and I'll see y'all in the next one.